Hi everyone, I'm Bhavya J. So I bring over 8+ years of experience in IT industry. Throughout my journey, I have worked on different service management practices with Wipro Technologies, IBM, and Commonwealth Bank of Australia. Currently, I hold a role of senior consultant at Capgemini Technologies. Today, I'm very excited because I'm with the leading content creator, AnithaRajashekar, and she is a career coach and mindset mentor. அவங்க கூட இன்னைக்கு நம்ம ஒரு மீனிங்ஃபுல் கான்வர்சேஷன் பண்ண போறோம் based on interview strategies இல்ல career growth and இப்போ இருக்கிற டெக்னாலஜி இண்டஸ்ட்ரியில or tech இண்டஸ்ட்ரியில சக்சஸ்ஃபுல் மைண்ட் செட்டை எப்படி நம்ம கிரியேட் பண்ண போறோம் அப்படிங்கறத பத்தி we are going to explore on it. So over to you, Anitha, just a few words.
Thank you, Bhavya. Thank you for this opportunity. Firstly, I'm really happy to have this interview because Bhavya is my ardent follower. She's been like following right from my first video and she's like appreciated a lot about every content and how useful it's been for her in her career and things like that. So I'm happy to have this meaningful conversation about career and mindset.
I think we can jump into the topic. எனக்கு few questions இருக்கு. Interview based questionsல or interview based discussionsல என்னென்ன மாதிரி doubtsலாம் எனக்கு personally வந்திருக்கு இல்ல என்னோட circle personally வந்திருக்குங்கறத பத்தி I'm just going to ask you. So first question என்னோடது என்னன்னா first impression is the best impression சொல்றாங்க இல்லையா? So அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு interviewer கிட்ட first impression எப்படி நம்ம நல்லபடியா achieve பண்ண முடியும்?
So first impression is so important. இப்போ பாருங்க dress code is very important. Dress codeல நான் வந்து சொல்ல வரல like coat suit போட்டு tie போட்டலாம் போணும்னு that's gone are the days. Right now all what is required is a professional dressing in a formal dress code for an interview. Right, that's the first thing. Second thing is your resume. Your resume should be neat and cleanly printed, beautiful font size, having alignment in the entire CV. Everything is very important. Third is the way you greet the interviewer, like the way you handshake, the way you pitch yourself. First 30 seconds is so much important. And the first 30 seconds la neenga unga pathina introduction எப்படி குடுக்குறீங்கன்றது முக்கியம். Like ஒரு 3 sentenceல குயிக்கா உங்களை பத்தின அழகான ஒரு introduction கொடுக்கணும். அதுவும் it makes a big difference. So that's how an interviewer gets an impression about you and then only he goes on to the next question.
That's so nice. So என்னோட next question என்னன்னா இப்போ as a candidate எனக்கே வந்து தோணியிருக்கு நிறைய டைம் நான் இன்டர்வியூ கொடுக்கும்போது என்னோட இன்டர்வியூ ஸ்மூத்தா போயிட்டு இருக்கா இல்லையா அப்படின்ற ஒரு சார்ட் ஆஃப் டவுட் எனக்குள்ளேயே இருக்கும். ஸோ அந்த மாதிரியான சிச்சுவேஷன்ஸ் நீங்க எப்படி ஒரு இண்டிகேட்டர்ஸ் மாதிரி எனக்கு சொல்றீங்களா? சப்போஸ் என்னோட இன்டர்வியூ ஸ்மூத்தா போயிட்டு இருக்கு அப்படின்னு தெரிஞ்சுக்கிறதுக்கான ஏதாவது இண்டிகேட்டர்ஸ் இருக்கா உங்கள்கிட்ட?
Yeah, sure. இப்போ இன்டர்வியூ வந்து கேட்டுட்டு முடிச்ச உடனே நம்ம so often we get into the self doubt mode. கரெக்ட்டா போயிட்டு இருக்கா இந்த இன்டர்வியூ? Is it all right? Am I answering the right questions? இந்த மாதிரி எல்லாம் இன்டர்வியூ ஸ்டார்ட் ஆன உடனே நம்ம ஒரு ஜோஷ்ல ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணுவோம். பட் மிட் ஆஃப் த இன்டர்வியூல somewhere so often we get into the self doubt mode. So அதுல இருந்து எப்படி வெளியே வருதுன்னா keep observing whenever the interviewer is asking a question, is he happy with you ன்றது happy signs அவங்க பாடி லாங்குவேஜ்ல first thing தெரிய வரும். Secondly, the kind of questions he asks. Sometimes if he's satisfied with your technical questions, he will slowly shift towards asking like 1 or 2 personal questions. Personal in the sense, how will you travel to office? Is this distance okay for you? Are you okay with relocation? In the மாதிரியான சில questions. And then he might even say some more details about the team and the kind of project this particular team is working. அது இன்னொரு insight கொடுக்கும் நமக்கு. Oh, he's dwelling into the details. So he's interested in me. The way he's happy with me, that's the reason he's actually moving on to tell me the team details. அப்படின்றது. So these are the things and இதையும் மீறி quite good. அந்த மாதிரியான சில positive words from the interviewer, these also will have an impact on you, on your confidence also. Then you can feel good. But இது எதுவுமே இல்ல. சில பேர் வந்துட்டு ரொம்ப நியூட்ரலா இருப்பாங்க. Start to the end of the interview எந்த எக்ஸ்பிரஷனுமே கொடுக்காம இருப்பாங்க. அப்போ கூட கான்ஃபிடன்ஸை லூஸ் பண்ணாம you continue with the interview. Don't get into self doubt mode. Till the last of the interview, give your best.
That's so nice. So எனக்கும் இந்த மாதிரி பர்சனல் நடந்திருக்கு. So that's why I have taken this question. So என்னோட third question என்னன்னா எனக்கே வந்து பர்சனலி நடந்திருக்கு. நிறைய இன்டர்வியூஸ்ல எனக்கு situation and behavioral based questions கேட்டிருக்காங்க. So அந்த type of questions நான் என்ன மாதிரிலாம் tackle பண்ணலாம் or என்ன மாதிரிலாம் handle பண்ணலாம்?
The situation and behavioral questionsக்கு நீங்க star method யூஸ் பண்ணலாம். Star is nothing but situation, task, action and result. So you can give an example of a project which you did in your previous organization. Okay? Like in case of a fresher, நீங்க வந்து உங்க காலேஜ்ல ஃபேஸ் பண்ண or in your internship நீங்க எடுத்து பண்ண ஒரு ப்ராஜெக்ட் பத்தின கூட டீடைல்ஸ் கொடுக்கலாம். Like explain the situation. I meant the problem solving statement. So உங்களுக்கு அங்க இருந்த ப்ராப்ளம் என்ன? How did you address it as an individual and as a team? How did you address it? Then what was the task on hand and how the whole team actioned together? Basically எப்படி வந்து ஒரு சொல்யூஷன் அதுக்காக நீங்க டிவைஸ் பண்ணீங்க? What was your solution plan and how the result came out? And most important is the hiccups what you had during that situation. situation, right, during that project. That's so important because nothing is a smooth flow. There will be ups and downs. So even in a project there could have been ups and downs, scope changes. Initially you wouldn't have estimated so much, and then the scope will have to change. So how did you approach the stakeholder? So all these are like so important. அதுல நீங்க எப்படி ஃபேஸ் பண்ணீங்க, நீங்களும் உங்க டீமும் எப்படி அந்த whole thing ஹேண்டில் பண்ணீங்க, இது ரொம்ப ரொம்ப முக்கியம். Because they'll know how you handle the whole thing emotionally. So emotional intelligence will also come to play there. So situation and emotional both has to be well balanced.
Yeah, that's really nice. So என்னோட ஒரு personal question இருக்கு. So in the end of the interview definitely everybody will ask, right, any questions from your side, and sorry, definitely எல்லா candidates கேட்பாங்க. So do you have any idea about என்ன மாதிரியான questions a candidate can ask to an interviewer?
உங்களுக்கு தெரியும் எந்த organization போறீங்க. So you have to know about the company.
Yeah.
So first you have to read about the company, understand the role, right? You have a JD, so you would have already understood the role. So இது எல்லா details உங்களுக்கு already தெரிஞ்சிருக்கப்போ asking a question isn't so difficult. கண்டிப்பா நீங்க கம்பெனி பத்தின கேட்கலாம், or you can ask in the project where I'm going to be placed, how does it contribute to the overall growth of the organization? If a company is moving into an AI model, how it's going to impact, how my project is going to impact this particular model. So நீங்க கம்பெனி பத்தின details படிச்சதை வச்சு நீங்க details கேட்கலாம். So the kind of accurate questions நீங்க கேட்கறத வச்சு interviewer will know how much you're interested in the organization, how much you're interested to join them. So this will kind of be a positive impact for the interviewer. So be careful about the kind of questions you ask.
That's so nice. You have answered my personal question. I think let's move into the next topic, that is career based questions.
Okay.
So என்னோட first question என்னன்னா, as a fresher ஒரு job search பண்ணனும்னா எந்த மாதிரிலாம் search பண்ணலாம்? And இப்போ most commonly known website is Naukri and LinkedIn, right? So அதை தவிர do we have any trustworthy job websites to search?
Of course, LinkedIn and Naukri are the most common websites. Every one of us know about it. But there are other websites like iimjobs.com. Many people don't know about this. Okay, in the website la உங்களுக்கு all kind of jobs irukku. Okay, and it's very trustworthy as well. I have got a job personally using this website, so it's really trustworthy. And other than this, there is fresherworld.com, and then highris.com, and then for internship also internshala.com. So many websites are there. So definitely people can venture into everything else apart from registering in Naukri and LinkedIn.
என்னோட next question, career growth effectively achieve பண்றதுக்கு என்ன மாதிரியான strategies இருக்கு?
உங்களோட career growthக்கு couple of things. Firstly, you got to upgrade yourself, right? You have to acquire the latest skills, get the latest certifications, showcase your certifications in LinkedIn. So it's a professional network, so everyone will look at LinkedIn. Even your prospective manager who's going to hire you within the same company, the minute you apply, first thing they'll go to LinkedIn. And even outside of your company, they're going to check your LinkedIn profile. And of course, all of you will mention your LinkedIn profile in your resume. So that's a go-to in a professional setup. So LinkedIn profile update வெச்சுக்கோங்க. And then உங்களோட latest certifications இது எல்லாத்தையும் வந்துட்டு கண்டிப்பா அப்டேட் பண்ணி வைங்க.
Okay.
So that you are progressing towards the next level என்றது பார்க்கறவங்களுக்கு தெரியணும். That's so important. You have to showcase yourself. It's a fast-paced world. Unless you showcase yourself, you're not going to get anywhere. And in case of a digital, right? In case of digital or marketing kind of a career, you can actually make videos and post on Instagram as well. In case of digital area, people look at videos on Instagram as well and hire you. So those things can be also achieved by using the social media effectively.
Okay, that's so nice. So today I'll go and check if my LinkedIn profile is updated. My next question, இப்போ இருக்கிற fast paced world environmentல எல்லா professionalsக்குமே stress இருக்கும் இல்லையா? Most of our development field இருக்கிறவங்களுக்கோ இல்ல testing field, they get into stress more. So அவங்களோட stress எப்படி manage பண்றது? Plus if they have any burnouts, how do they avoid that?
Yeah, and for this I will say my own example. Like for example, இப்ப பாருங்க என்னோட டீம்ல some people have quit, and then there is no rehire because there's a freeze. So இதால என்ன ஆகுது, நம்மளோட stress கண்டிப்பா increase ஆகுது because each one's capacity has to be extended. So obviously your work hours is longer. அதால கண்டிப்பா stress increase ஆகுது, burnouts ஆகுது, there's no doubt. But the point is how you start your day makes all the difference. I would have spoken about this in my self mastery video also. How you start the day, your morning routine makes a big difference in the way your day is structured and how you feel at the end of the day. So start your day right. Start it with a small meditation of 5 to 10 minutes. It kind of gives you so much of calmness. Definitely do your exercise. You get your dopamine hike with that.
Yeah.
You don't need a social media for a dopamine hike, you see. Exercise will do that for you. And then you start your day. And then, even when when you start your day as well, you have to reflect yourself. What are your things for the day? Schedule it, plan it very well, prioritize what's important and what's not. இதெல்லாம் பண்ணாலே உங்களுக்கு வந்துட்டு ஒரு மாதிரி structured ஆயிடும் உங்க day. Once it is structured, definitely the stress reduces.
Exactly. So yeah, I'll keep that in mind. I'll start doing exercise from tomorrow. Another next question. So currently fast changing job marketல ஒரு professionals எப்படி அவங்களோட relevant அவங்க stay பண்ணலாம்? To be more specific, how do I stay relevant in a rapidly changing job environment?
Okay, let's accept the fact that the job environment is changing not on a yearly basis but on a daily basis. That's mainly because of the development in AI. The way AI is, creeping into our small worlds in daily basis is like unimaginable. So the point here is, instead of getting scared of what's happening to my job, what's going to happen next, let's focus on learning. How to adapt ourselves to the AI world is so important, so that learn the skills required in your current field to improvise using the AI tools. If you do this itself, definitely you will not feel left out, firstly. Secondly, you will not have job insecurity. And thirdly, you will feel happy that you are upgrading yourself. So that way you can keep yourself motivated and keep going.
So the next question, ஒரு strong professional network எப்படி build பண்ணணும், and build பண்ண network வச்சு how do I unlock my new opportunities? Any idea about it?
Yeah. So for a professional networking, what you have to do is, firstly, don't always sit to your desk job and continue your job. That way your professional network is not going to increase, right? You have to put some efforts towards it, right? Enna madri efforts paakalam. Firstly, if there are any business summits, if there are any, networking events happening, show up personally rather than online. That's first thing. Personal networking plays a very big impact. Face value is so important even in this AI world, right? So how to make a personal impact? That's just like, you have to ensure that you strike off a conversation nicely with the person in the network, and then even in 5 minutes something nice opportunity will spark. Okay. So every networking opportunity should be utilized effectively.
That's true.
Thank you.
Thank you for answering in a very nice way. Next topic is mindset based questions. Okay. I do have. So ungaloda area ngranaala I think I'll get more energy to ask you the question. So ஒரு challenger obstacle பார்க்காம அதை வந்துட்டு ஒரு ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டியா பார்க்கணும்னா அதுக்கு என்ன மாதிரியான நம்ம எப்படி எல்லாம் அதுக்கு வந்து ப்ரிப்பேர் பண்ணலாம்?
I can give a corporate example which happened to me. First few jobsல when there was feedback, very very first time feedback from the manager எடுத்துக்கவே முடியாது. It was so difficult. இவ்ளோ நாள் இவ்ளோ வேலை செய்யணுமே, but then இது என்ன இவ்ளோ நெகட்டிவ் ஃபீட்பேக்கா சொல்றாங்களே, and one on oneல எப்படி எல்லாம் நமக்கு தோணும். But then over a period of time, over experience, I learned that அவங்க ஃபீட்பேக்ல என்ன சொல்ல வராங்க, what is the hidden message behind that, what is the learning from this feedback. இதை மட்டும் நம்ம கொஞ்சம் ஃபோக்கஸ் பண்ணி ஈகோவா பர்சனலா எடுத்துக்காம அதை நம்ம லேர்னிங்கை மட்டும் ஃபோக்கஸ் பண்ணோம்னாலே so much will come out of it. அதை எடுத்துட்டு within the next round, like for example you have a quarterly one-on-one வச்சுக்கோங்க, next one-on-one குள்ள within the next 3 months you have to take the learning, show the development, show the progress. Okay. That will make a difference. உங்களுக்கே ஒரு happiness கிடைக்கும். Oh wow, இந்த feedback எடுத்து I changed it, but even your manager will be happy. Showcase that. Yeah. Last time you gave me this particular feedback and I worked on this and this is my accomplishment in this quarter, நீங்க காட்டலாம். So you are also happy and your manager is also impressed.
Yeah. This is a nice one. I also wanted to know this because I have also faced நிறைய situations இந்த மாதிரி மேனேஜர் கிட்ட இருந்து நெகட்டிவ். So I also have felt எதுக்கு நம்ம வந்துட்டு ஒரு 7-8 years இதே ஃபீல்ட்ல இருக்கோம், but still I receive negative comments போது I have personally felt என்னடா நம்ம இவ்ளோ ஒர்க் பண்ணி ஒரு லீடா இருந்துட்டு I'm not able to get a positive comment, but now I understood there is some hidden positive comment inside the negative comment. என்னோட next question, so learning, I think that is needed for every field, but என்னோட பர்டிகுலர் கொஸ்டின் வந்து ஐடி இண்டஸ்ட்ரி பத்தி. ஸோ இப்போ இருக்க ஐடி இண்டஸ்ட்ரியில கண்டினியூஸ் லேர்னிங் மைண்ட் செட்டுங்கிறது எல்லாருமே டெவலப் பண்ணணும் இல்லையா? ஸோ அதை டெவலப் பண்றதுக்கு ஏதாவது ஹேபிட்ஸை நம்ம ஃபாலோ பண்ணணுமா, ஏதாவது ஸ்ட்ராட்டஜிஸ் இருக்கா அதுக்காக, இல்லை ஃபியூ டிப்ஸ் அபவுட் இட்?
ஆல் ஆஃப் அஸ் நம்ம என்ன ஆயிடுறோம், we just get soaked into our work so much that we don't have time for learning, right? That's our first excuse. Every time our excuse is we don't have time, we have to manage our work life balance personally. So to bring in learning as a habit, it. Simple, you can just follow some tips. Things like, just weekly learning tracker madri ungalke neenga develop pannikana, it will be great. In this week, I know every day is not the same day, but then there will be some days where you had little more time, right? So the day once your project is over, 1-2 days you'll be a little bit free those days. Of course, the first day you want to like relax and chill out, but then the next day at least neenga konjam yosikkalam, or half an hour edavadhu or learning pannalame அப்படின்ட்டு. So adala keep this weekly tracker of learning. In this week, what did I learn? Something small. That's how you have to change your mind. Even a small thing will give you happiness. Small wins will give you big success.
Exactly. என்னோட நெக்ஸ்ட் கொஸ்டின் பர்சனலி எனக்கும் இது தேவையான ஒரு கொஸ்டின். ஸோ ஒரு இண்டிவிஜுவல் கான்ட்ரிபியூட்டர்ல இருந்து ஒரு லீடர்ஷிப் ரோலுக்கு மூவ் ஆகும்போது என்ன மாதிரியான ஒரு மென்டல் சேஞ்சஸ் நாம வந்துட்டு இட்ஸ் நெசசரி ஆர் இட்ஸ் இம்பார்ட்டன்ட்?
There is a big difference between an IC role and the leadership role. இப்போ IC ரோல்ல என்னன்னா, you will be focused on your work. நம்ம வேலையை பர்ஃபெக்டா பண்ணுமா, இன்னைக்கு டே நம்மளோட டெலிவரபிள்ஸ் கரெக்டா அச்சீவ் பண்ணுமா, am I satisfying my manager, is my stakeholder happy with me, இந்த மாதிரி தான் யோசிப்போம், கரெக்ட்? பட் தென் நீங்க லீடர்ஷிப் ரோலுக்கு மூவ் ஆகணும்னாலே, even before moving to the role, you have to showcase yourself as a leader. அப்பதான் உங்களுக்கு லீடர்ஷிப் ரோலே கொடுப்பாங்க. So you have to start behaving and imbibing the leadership skills within you right in your individual contributor role itself, if you really want to go to that. உங்களுக்கு அது போகணுன்ற ஒரு ஃபோக்கஸ் வச்சுட்டீங்கன்னா அதற்கான ஸ்டெப்ஸை நீங்க ஆல்ரெடி எடுக்க ஆரம்பிச்சிடும். இந்த சென்ஸ், இப்போ ஒரு லீடர்ஷிப் ரோலுக்கு என்னென்ன தேவை? ஃபர்ஸ்ட்லி டீம் பாண்டிங், ரைட்? நீங்க டீம் கிட்ட நல்லா இருந்தாதான் they going to vote for you to become a leader, right? First opinion they're going to take from your team, how is she doing in her current job, are you all happy, அது கூட எடுப்பாங்க. Not just your deliverables, not just your accuracy, not just your timeliness, how you behave with people. That's so important because you're going to move into people management role once you're in a leadership role. So adala people management, team bonding is so important. And secondly, how you manage your tasks, how you respond to your higher ups, because you're moving to a leadership role. You're no more an IC, not just your desks. You just have to, they're going to observe you, how you're going to present you in leadership meetings. So நீங்க என்ன பண்ணனும்னா, every small opportunity you get to present in a leadership forum, you have to grab it. There will be situations it will not be given. There's no spoon feeding in corporate. There's heavy competition. Let's accept it. There is competition. யாரும் வந்து உங்க மடியில வச்சு எடுத்துக்கோங்க இந்த leadership role அப்படின்னு கொடுக்க போறது இல்ல. You have to grab it. மீட்டிங்ஸ்ல வந்து இந்த particular project வருது, இந்த ஒரு presentation prepare பண்ணணும் அப்படின உடனே first raise your hand. உங்களுக்கு அது பத்தின தெரியாத டாபிக் கூட, நீங்க அதுக்கான preparation இல்ல, but still raise your hand. The minute you give your name, நீங்க ஆட்டோமேட்டிக்கா prepare ஆவீங்க. Because you've given your name, right? So நீங்க கண்டிப்பா அதுக்கான efforts போடுவீங்க, and then it's so easy to progress into a leadership role after that. So showcasing your abilities, team building, and your overall behavioral sense plays a very important role in moving into leadership roles.
That's so nice. This question is personally for me because recently I've been moved to the lead role. So I think this feedback is very much, I'm just relating it whether I'm doing it or not, or how, in which area I have to improve. So அந்த மாதிரி நான் feedbacks எடுத்துட்டு இருக்கேன். So
that's nice.
Thank you so much for this. So என்னோட final question for today. So how can I develop resilience to bounce back quickly from the failures and stay focused on the long term goals?
Resilience comes when you know what you want to do. So எல்லாத்துக்குமே முன்னாடி what you need is goal setting, correct? So when you don't have a clear vision, clear goal, how will you have resilience? What will push you through for that next, right? Once you have a goal and a vision, even every failure you want to rise up, get back. I can give you a real life example of my Instagram page. So what happened is, it was going really well. I'm sure all of you would have watched it. Suddenly there was a restriction and then it was blocked. So had I not had a clear cut goal of my mission to reach so many people and do good for all the job ready candidates, had I not had a clear vision, I would have just dropped it when the restriction happened, right? But this goal drove me again and again. No, I'm not going to give up. No, let me just go ahead. Another step. That's when resilience comes into place.
Correct.
Right? So, I mean, this is just an example of mine. Even in office also, even if there's some demotivation, if you are having a goal, like for example, you are an analyst now, you are having a goal to become team lead within a year span, and then assistant manager, and then manager. In the matter, you have a roadmap and the growth plan for yourself. Definitely, you will bounce back after every failure as well.
Correct.
When you don't have a plan, obviously you're not going to bounce back, you're going to stay demotivated. So goals matters a lot. And when it comes to your long-term goals, what you said, this is again, I would say, connected to the goals. All of us should have a plan. See, we can't say everything is certain in life. You know, there will be uncertainties, there will be failures. All that is required is a long-term vision, what you want to achieve. Once you have that clear, obviously you'll move towards it.
That's so nice. You have answered all of mine. கண்டிப்பா என்னோடது மட்டும் இல்ல, பார்க்குற எல்லாரோட டவுட்ஸும் இதுவாக தான் இருக்கும்னு நினைக்கிறேன். So you have answered me so patiently and you know this moment is surreal because உங்க வீடியோஸ் நான் பார்த்து the content இருக்கட்டும், so whatever you deliver in the video, அதை பார்த்து I will be thinking, oh one such நான் உங்ககிட்ட ஒரு conversation நடக்குமா இல்லையான்னு சொல்லிட்டு. But this moment is surreal. Thank you so much for this.
Yeah, thank you, Bhavya. Thank you for this time.
Thank you.